Welcome everyone, this is day 21 of my journey to 2000 elo, where I'm growing my beard and not shaving until I hit 2000 elo. Got my coffee. We're just going to jump into a rapid game or two here. Alright, we got 1635 from the UK. Inboy 60. And we get a Carl. Hillbilly attack. I haven't been studying this all that much because I don't think it's very good. At least I find it pretty easy to play against. Usually, I'll turn the music down a little bit. Usually pretty happy to see a hillbilly attack. If you go here, I'm coming after your bishop. See, here, yeah. Here, there, and I'm taking that bishop, my friend. Yeah, don't think that those tempting moves, you know, to like attack someone's piece. I think this is an example of where that kind of backfires. I've been having to study this a lot in the Caro-Kann because you get in so many of these positions where you are kind of cramped on space, and you end up getting one of your pieces like attacked. With pleasure, I'm going to take that. First, I'm going to pin. So, alright, we have the bishop pair, which means that I should try to favor an open position. For the moment, it's looking like it's going to be kind of closed. So just trying to keep in mind, if I go bishop g4, he could immediately play h3, and then where do I go? Being Ketoing is not looking that amazing with this pawn structure. Ideally, it kind of sucks there, but I think still bishop g4 is the move here. We can trade, you know, and just go into a pretty typical Caro setup. Solid, no light square bishop. Unfortunately, they also gave away their light square bishop, so this pawn structure on the light squares is what? And then that's a crazy move. I could play h5. h5, which I'm aware kind of weakens that g5 square, but I'll probably just grab if I have to. I'm not going to move my bishop. It's too bad too, because we can look at, start eyeing that e5 pawn. I'm just going to do h5 for now. I really gotta try to make the push for 1800. Get the ball rolling here, because it's gonna be a long journey. Yeah, I think that I want to play e6 here. I don't want that. Actually, a pretty dangerous move in some of these Caro-Kann openings. And without the knight here, what is going on? Alright. Just going for it, huh? However, I don't know if I actually have to address that threat. I mean, after the rook gets here, it'd be a bit scary with the queen in front. So if I go here, rook takes check. That queen's tied to that rook, so he better be careful. I'll grab it if the queen ever gets distracted, let's say, and then I'll be looking to probably just knight d7 castle long in this case. And if I go here and they don't take, then this is defended, you know, well enough defended. It cannot play bishop e4 to defend, so I think this is the move. Although I really didn't see this coming, I'll be honest. I'm not used to seeing rook a4. So, pawn for a pawn. They can't obviously keep taking. They can't take the bishop. I mean, they can, but it'd be great for me. And then we should be able to get in the knight d7 and then long castle. The rook will be defending the knight in case he keeps his rook here. That's strange. That's very strange. So now I can actually castle if I want to. I could check. Thanks, takes, and castle. I'm not sure I want to. Gives up this h5 square. I could always hit him with a check and just come back. It has to be that, no? It's a free pawn. It's a free center pawn. In fact, what is going on? This is crazy. If I could try to get a queen trade, that'd be cool. So yeah, I think obviously they're looking to play rook e1, and then I'll drop the queen back. I have to be a little bit careful with some of the pressure they're putting here. But if, like, for example, takes, and we trade everything down, yeah, I'm just gonna go back. And actually, maybe I play knight a6 so it doesn't cut off the queen from that f7 pawn. So if we play knight d7, you know, it's a little bit that's a little bit dicey there. Knight a5 because it's still looking to attack some pretty nice squares, and I just need to get castled now. Need to get castled. So here, this does not work. So let's just look to get castled. One thing to keep in mind though is once I do, this f7 pawn is technically hanging. That's going to be pretty annoying. That rook infiltrating here. If I go here, I'm dropping the e6 pawn. There's like nothing I can do to defend this. It's really actually annoying. What if we were to take a nice long time and maneuver our knight over here? Just stop all of this. I'm going to start with that, with knight c5, although that is another free pawn. Nope, this is better, I think. Bishop d5, where's your rook going? Can't take. None of this should work. Bishop d6 takes, that doesn't do anything. So just kind of forces him to, if he goes back here, then that's just nice and cozy. Yeah, I really would like to get castled though. I'd like to get castled, and if I can, not drop this f7 pawn, because if that pawn drops, like this whole pawn structure kind of falls. If he takes here, honestly, I'll probably take with a c pawn. That's what's going on here. That seems like a blunder. I suppose they could try to like keep taking, but if here it takes, I'm just gonna castle long, I think. It's does require a little bit of calculation, though. This can't work. I don't think it does. Maybe just bring back to e7, just kind of hold everything down a little bit. I can still castle long, even with that bishop there. It's a bit annoying, but... Be careful here. Here we can actually, yeah, I think actually that's the move. So we can hit with check, and then if they take here, take back. A little bit dicey with my king in the center, I will say that. I think that my king safety could be better here, but I'm going to argue that I'm going to exchange up plus a pawn, and I'm about to get more pawns, and their king is on. If I can just get my king to safety, their king is in some trouble. Not sure how they're going to defend this. If they push, then I think I'm going to go ahead and... Do I castle short or long? It's kind of hard. If I castle short, I give up that h5 pawn. If I castle long, I'm not thrilled about this bishop here, but maybe I can figure a way to block it with the knight. So long as, you know, it doesn't become like a bishop-queen battery. But I should be able to defend against that. So we saw this, check. And then we'll take back with the... you know what, actually, do we? Or do we just castle? No, I think I'm... you think... Well, we can also threaten mate, so there's that. But no, that doesn't work. It's too dangerous because of this. So we have to probably just castle long. And then if pushes, castles, push here. Not like making some huge blunder here, I hope. Because if here, this should be okay. It's a little bit... Jesus. A little bit sketchy with these pawns. Like, my king's going to be pretty naked here. But, we... some threats of our own. And if I can just trade down, then I'm clearly winning in an endgame. Yeah, so here we don't really have another option other than rook e2, or rook f8. Now, yeah, now probably knight b4, because we have actually, let's see, could always trade off the knights, like knight b4, maybe rook e2. This would be nice if that could, if I can, yeah, it's kind of a bummer now I can't get the rook. Ah, wait a second, if I end up getting knight b4, if they decide to protect with a rook, I can actually take here. The rook can't take her, it's mate. Maybe we can line something like that up. They might try to go for something with the bishop and queen attacking the g7 pawn. Or another option is knight c5. Totally. What? You want to trade queens? Alright. I'll go into that endgame. I'm not going to think twice about that. Now, I need to cover this up. The knight is being controlled. To cover this up, and then we can take that only pawn that is white's counterplay, basically. And once that's taken, I mean, we're going to be 3 pawns up in an exchange, so we should be okay. Also, we could do that, but I think that this is better, honestly. Just take away that. Let's see here. Here. Maybe we should do that first. This. I mean, the thing is, they have no threats, so I think I can just grab this pawn because I'm just taking everything, and then I'll go back if I need to. I'm not sure if I want to get too carried away with taking these. This is technically forking as pawns, but I just want to be a little bit careful. If I can grab this, if I can take that, it'd be nice. Problem is, for the moment, they can go bishop d6 and hold it down. Thanks. It's one option, but this isn't good because then I'm the knight's kind of trapped here. I can then go to c4. The problem with c4 is that that knight is not as good, right? Here. If there. Here, bishop d6, and then it's stopping my knight. My knight is really restricted there. But here, bishop d6 takes, check. Let's just imagine anywhere they go with the king. I'll go here and I'll be forking the 2. Hi, twos. Let's try this. Whoa. So there's a couple tactics here, and I can always actually sack a rook if I need to. Here. Maybe I just do that and take away all the counterplay. Thanks, they have to take back the pawn. Takes. This knight's not defended, and it's discovered check. This is, I think, a much more clinical approach. Because now this bishop can't get to d6, so now I'm going to win this pawn. Should win it by force. I can grab the bishop. Instead of grabbing that pawn, which is tempting, but nah, it's fine. They can take that pawn. I don't care. Just go here. We'll be up another pawn after this, actually, and hopefully with the two rooks on the E and D files. Open E and D files. Hi, Marion. Kellen. Yeah, I thought they might sack. Force on F6. F6, I think that E6 is better. I mean, that's just their last hope there, but I'm just gonna sack and have a rook against knight. And more pawns. So we're still up a lot of material. Just need to be careful that I don't get forked. That's the only thing. So let's bring the... Actually, could even go here. Right, we'll have no squares. Horse couldn't get on. No problem. Yeah, it would have been hard to get to f6, but my plan was all along was getting that knight back to e6 to cover up the pawn, and also it hit the bishop because that was their only counterplay, was that pawn. So that's why I sacked. Okay, here. Bring the king into the game. And it's kind of like to... Let's see what we can do here. Probably here, actually. They want to go knight c5. Although we could also just start attacking the pawns from behind that way. Here, here, here. Go here for now. But yeah, I'd like to dislodge this knight from the center. Can't really attack it. I've got to be very careful. This way, he has no squares. So I'm gonna bring the king in now. Rook kind of ties everything down. It's well defended. Thank you. Ah. Thank you, Mary McKellen. How do you pronounce your first name? Is it like English pronunciation? It could also be French. I did also put in my stream French. Alright, so now, you know, I have a serious pawn advantage. I have a rook versus a knight. Now we just need to push some freaking pawns. And first chance I get, if I can just sack my rook for the knight at the right moment, I'll just do that. So probably just gonna go a5, start pushing. They go here, we take, I believe, or we can grab with a pawn. But they're gonna be forced to make some decisions, and we'll have an outside passer. Hi, dude. Doo-doo. How's it going? Just wrapping up the first rapid game of the day today. Welcome. I love Brazilians, let me tell you. I used to teach English, and I had a lot of Brazilian students, like adults, and they're just, you guys are the greatest. So friendly. Now we can start thinking about collecting the other pawns. At this point, now that... Okay, so now we can just give a little check. I don't even need to, actually. This rook isn't being threatened. Check. Here. Then... Let's see what happens. They can't go down. And if they slide over here, I might sack. Here, check. There, takes. Just not sure if I need to, though. Like, I could, but... Nah, this should work. Because these pawns are too dangerous. If he tries to go after this one, right? This is, I think, kind of a good endgame thing to know. I have these two pawns on the other side of the board that he has to take care of. So he's going to have to go over here. Meanwhile, that allows my king to go over to his pawns. If he ever takes this B pawn, he loses on the spot. And that's kind of the danger of it. Pawns like this, when there's no other pawns that are contesting, you can never take this. Like, the king has to stay on this side of the board, and then I'll just go and grab these pawns. And if he decides to go over here, then I start marching these pawns. Oh man, my opponent might make this really long and drawn out, though. They've got 10 minutes on the clock. I swear if they just, like, sit there and let the clock run out. I haven't had people do that lately.
3 hours later.
Maybe not the top grandmasters, but it's getting pretty good. He's playing a tournament, and it had his chat on emotes only. That's great. Wow, well, finally the game ended. So, we had a Caro-Kann. I think you came in a little bit later in the game. Played a Caro-Kann. They played a Hillbilly attack. Oh, and look at that, I already messing this up. I haven't seen the Hillbilly attack in a while, so I'm actually going to write this in my notes that I need to go over this opening again. Hillbilly attack. Which is bishop c4. Yeah, it definitely passed faster. Thank you for that. So okay, knight f6 is not the move. And it's d takes. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, d takes, huh? I suppose it is a free pawn. Usually they take. In fact, yeah, bishop back. It says that it's good, but I think the best is to take, and then go back. That way they're not losing a pawn. I suppose I really could have just grabbed that, but to me this seems like a pawn that I'm gonna either... well, what I don't like is that this opens up the bishop, right? So, but this pawn is doing a pretty good job of preventing anything. Like, okay, they could go for something cheeky like queen h5, but what would I do actually? Let's just see. It's white to play queen h5, which is best. This is already a little bit dicey, I will be honest. And might just be to play e6. Computer wants... No, okay. G6, yeah. Yeah, because the dark squares are all covered for the moment. Oh no, it says E6 is best. Anyways, I don't know if I would have preferred this. And so this I actually saw advance. I was like, oh, I bet they're gonna play E5. If they do, I'm gonna go here. They're gonna play D3. Not seeing that it's basically just giving me their bishop. I don't think this is like, it's not anything crazy, but it's a free bishop for a knight. This was very strange. Rook A4. It's like, wow. Okay. I saw that pretty much we were going to be forced to give back the bishop, though. This, wow. Computer doesn't like it, but it was surprising. I found the best move. Took me a while, but yeah, the rook can take that pawn. That's fine. That's fine because, you know, there would be a total blunder on their part, but also it's scarier if the queen was in front of the rook, I think. And I'm hitting this pawn with check, and they didn't acknowledge that. Apparently that was not a good move, though. Oh, does this trap the rook? G5. The rook has only one square here, which is back to D4, and then I... Well, really? Then what about this? Maybe takes. Regardless, I think we play E5. Okay, E5 traps the rook, so that actually... Could have seen that maybe. G5 ends up trapping the rook. Like the rook, they brought the rook out like this, which was pretty funny. I liked it actually, but a little bit dangerous all the way over here, especially when they played C4, because yeah, it blocks their own rook, so I should have seen that. I just saw a free pawn. I don't think this is terrible though. Free pawn, go back. Knight A5, let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I found bishop D6 after that. Found it a bit too late, and apparently it's not good. Okay, taking was the best. Queen B6 was the best move there. Castling there was best. These are all the moves like I was really a little bit cautious of. Like, okay, I don't know, I guess here I'll go Queen B6 and sort of counterattack, and then looks like taking is just okay, but castling's best. Castling short was best. Because I could have gotten myself into trouble. This obviously, I think that any higher rated opponent, you know, they're down in material, right? I have a rook for their bishop, or what was it? A rook for, yeah, rook for a bishop and a pawn. I'm winning a material. Offering a queen trade like this is just usually not good technique, because it's going to be easier for me to win now. Like, the more trades, the better for me, because I'm up in material. When you're up in material, you want to trade down. That's why here I ended up going back to E6 instead of F6. Like you were saying, F6 is good, but this is their only counterplay. You can tell because they're trying to hold on to it with their bishop. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to play knight e6, cut off the rook from the knight, the rook from the pawn, and I'm just going to sack this rook and give material back, because that pawn's their only counterplay. And they took, which I saw as an option, but yeah, after this, it's like just clearly winning. You can see with the evaluation. Actually, you can't see with the... No, you can. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns against 4 pawns and a knight. So just a matter of technique here. Making sure I don't give him a king rook fork. But that's kind of an example of, you know, when it's like longer time control, 15-minute, 10-second increment, and not like 10 minutes. If you're in a time crunch here, this is sketchy, because now you're just playing on the clock, and they can try to play quickly and fork your king and your rook. Here, it's like, I got 6 minutes. There is no way I'm going to let my rook get forked. Just got to take it slow and play this nice and methodically. And then here, yeah, just trade everything off.